and shoot from deep, 94 three-point shot, and then
From Salt Lake City, Utah, the scene for the Pacers. A power wing with the ambition to deliver on his vast potential. Benedict Mathurin, raring to go as they get fired up for their game against the Jazz. Pacers, Jazz. Tip-off coming right up.
This for my city, this for the top, this for the win, this for the win, this for the crown, this for the crown, this for my homies and bitches, they know that I love them, I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you come to my city, this for my city. We thank you for coming, we thank you for coming.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight David Aldridge. Let's see some of the numbers here for Pascal Siakam.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. The forward spots with Nesmith and Siakam. Halliburton in the backcourt, Nembhard to his side. And it's Turner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Jazz, in it forward, it's going to be Markkanen and Collins. Collier out there with Colin Sexton. And it's Kessler in at the center, locking down the middle. And on paper, Greg, this might seem like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for Indiana. And this group reaching a major milestone this season, notching their 50th win in their last game.
Hey, you love to ensure a winning season, and most NBA teams, even great ones, consider this a major accomplishment.
Here's Collier. From the arc. It's rebounded by Indiana. Pass to Halliburton. The rebound by Collier. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Caught up with Will Hardy a few minutes ago. Talked about the challenge of game planning for Tyrese Halliburton. Coach said we have to stay in front of him. The second he gets a step on us, that's when it's going to pick your poison with him. If our guys stay in front of him, I think we should be fine. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks.
Miles Turner covered tightly, but nonetheless scores it. That is really well done.
Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
Here's Collier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 6 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. Kessler finds Collins. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Outside, Sexton. Outside, Markkanen. And he's good on the 3-ball.
But you have got to be willing to close when Markkanen is out on the perimeter. His shot will punish you because it's a sweet shooting stroke.
And yes, it's good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Markkanen, good. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And he banks in the layup. And it's 6 points for Miles Turner.
Miles Turner has great versatility, so he can score from anywhere, but right there is his bread and butter.
Here's Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Turner inside. Markkanen on him. And Turner the bucket on the assist by Halliburton. That's now 8 points for Miles Turner.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Sexton with the bounce pass. Collier, that's good.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Turner inside. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in a zone.
On the Pacers' doors last season, trading for Pascal Siakam to complement this hungry team.
And Kevin, it's important in a couple of ways. First of all, he's a 2-time All-Star who's got a championship pedigree. The other part of this is Indiana is an equal opportunity offense, so they want to share the basketball. But Pascal brings individual playmaking and shot making, and sometimes that's a must-have in this league.
And Utah making a change here. Clarkson's checked in. And now it's time for the Rookie Watch with this season's assist leaders. This is the newest crop of playmakers in the NBA. And you look at Collier, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists. And of course, Keontae George. Same can be said about him.
It's been a grand entrance to the NBA for both of these players. I mean, I think we could be seeing 2 of the next great playmakers in our league.
The Pacers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Indiana moving the ball around. Here's Mathurin. No good that time. Collins with some nice D. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Knicks.
Yeah, they put the defense on them. Aggressive, intimidating. They blocked a lot of shots in that one.
It was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
Now, here's Bryant. Jordan Clarkson missing his last shot. Mathurin passes to Johnson. Here's McConnell. And it's all evened up.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
1:53 left in the first quarter of the game. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams in the league to move their games to broadcast television. It's a gamble, but they just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. And Kevin, no doubt, other NBA teams are keen to see how this goes.
Oh, David, no question at all. And we thank you for your report. Now, here is George. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
And McConnell gets it to go.
Gotta show more muscle to keep him off that low block.
Well, it's a couple of things here, I think. Certainly the effort, the willingness to fight, and the willingness to push him off of his comfort zone.
For Indiana, they've gone 7-9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Here's Mathurin. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
So for the Jazz, their last game a loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota. Clarkson looking for an opening. Pass to Filipowski. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Jordan Clarkson has better passing skills than people think. That is on time and on target.
Ryan passes to McConnell. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
The open look here for Sexton. Drops in the tray.
Alan Sexton has proven to be a very capable three-point shooter. Boy, you better be there to contest.
Here's Mathurin, and that one drops.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Down low, here's Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Jazz out in front, leading by 3. Front. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Jazz.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
On the court right now for the Pacers. Toppin is out there with Walker. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. Then it's Halliburton. And it's McConnell in at the point guard position. It took some time, DB, but it's starting to come together, it seems, for Obi Toppin.
Kevin, the athleticism has always been there for Obi. I think the question was, how could he help his team beyond being a vertical threat at the rim? He now is in the perfect spot. You play with pace, he's starting to be able to put it on the deck, and now he's got to improve his defense. Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Takes it inside.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
Well, you have to understand how to score when you're in the paint and you are 6'5". Tyrese Halliburton, he knows the way.
To the middle. Here's Clarkson, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Right side to Walker. Pass to Toppin. Swiped away. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. Off target with his 3. Pacers trail by 5. And it's Toppin, that time on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists tonight.
Listen, the painted area is where Obi Toppin can be so dangerous. The athleticism and the tools he has, look out.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Outside, George. Here's Sensabaugh. Here's Markkanen. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Halliburton passes to McConnell. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got 3 assists now in this one. And Will Hardy is called timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Up with a new group on the floor. This season has been full of surprises, Greg. What's surprising you most about the NBA right now?
Kevin, the game evolves constantly. I mean, the increased speed of the league, a lot more scoring. If your eyes aren't glued to the action, you might miss it.
Outside, George. Here's Juzang. That one's in, his first shot this game.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And it's Bradley with the ball for the Pacers. It's a 5-point game. Indiana moving the ball around. Plays it up off the glass. Bradley's got his first basket of the night.
Well, there's an aggressive mentality in play. Work in close, find a way to score.
Johnson against George. And finished off by Martin.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. From 8. Bank shot, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Doris, when you think of the Utah Jazz, where do they fit in a very competitive Western Conference?
Well, think about it, Kev. The Gobert and Mitchell era was successful, but they couldn't get to the ultimate prize. So then you trade those 2 players away, you get a load of picks. This is the direction you've chosen, but now it's going to take some time and some patience.
Here's Juzang. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 6 assists here tonight. Bradley finds Jackson. Bradley with the ball. He's picked up by Collins. Now at the moment here, let's take a look at our rookie leaderboard and who's putting up the most points per game. Keontae George, number 1.
And there's always firepower in every rookie class, but even among the top guns, he's the best of the best. He'll be an offensive force for years to come.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going. Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Pass to Johnson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Collier. A 3-pointer, no good. Pacers trail by 6. Johnson in the corner. Inside. Shepard, the pass to Bryant. It's good.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
Here's Collier. Markkanen in the corner. The 3. Pacers with the rebound. Bryant's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
On the wing, Johnson. Pass to Bryant. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feed. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. For Utah, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Sexton against Bradley. To the inside. Here's Kessler.
Well, tremendous strength and authority on that dunk. Nicely done, Walker Kessler.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Bryant is double. Pass to Jackson. Outside, Bryant. Back to Jackson. Shepard with the ball. Here's Johnson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first half. On the wing, Markkanen. No good on the triple. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Jazz lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Coach, where do you look to shore things up at the defensive end of the floor?
They're hitting us in some different areas, so we got to give help on the inside. And with the guys we have playing tonight, we got to be real persistent and real together.
Got to find that chemistry very quickly. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
And taking a look at the Pacers, they haven't quite looked like themselves lately. The question is, how do they get back to the top? How do they recapture that magic? I think it starts with raising the intensity level. Become more aggressive, night after night, fight after fight. Aggressive is right.
And let's review how things are going for the Jazz. They find themselves in a tight one here at the half.
The energy in their hometown is electric, man. You can tell these players are loving the positive attitudes and feeding off them. I expect them to sustain this enthusiasm.
Yeah, these fans just love this team. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. A fantastic game from Miles Turner in this one.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And so here is Indiana, trailing by 4. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. And it's Collier in at the 1 spot. And that's the group for Will Hardy as they begin the second half. You know, Doris, there's a notion that big men can take a little longer to develop. What have you seen from Miles Turner?
That he's turned himself into a complete basketball player, Kevin, and think there were years because he was playing alongside another big that he was out of position. But he can shoot the basketball with range, he's got strength, and he's a tremendous shot blocker.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball. I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. That one goes. Count it.
Well, the big man just plays within his strengths. Miles Turner doing work right now on the offensive end.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Now for Indiana. T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Turner. Toppin comes in for Neesmith. Jarris Walker, he's checked in for Andrew Nembhard. And Bradley's subbed in for Halliburton. Utah leading by 3. Pass to Markkanen. Here's Collier, guarded by Bradley. Three-pointer, Markkanen, and it's McConnell with the rebound.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
To the paint, here's Siakam. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now. Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
For the lead, and the layup by Walker.
What a smart pass by Obi Toppin. He does not let that opportunity pass him by.
Utah has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Pass to Collins. Sexton for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Sexton's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Here's Bradley. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Bradley's got it all tied up now for the Pacers.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And here is Markkanen. The Jazz working the ball around now. And Kessler throws it down.
Exactly where Kessler gets so much of his offensive performance done, right at the cup.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for T.J. McConnell. Benedict Mathurin comes in for Toppin. Andrew Nembhard's checked in for Walker. And Halliburton subbed in for Tony Bradley. Markkanen a screen on Halliburton. Kessler, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Kessler's got 12 points in the game.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
To the inside, here's Sexton. Nembhard grabs the board. The Pacers have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Back to Turner. Halliburton outside. Pass to Siakam. Wants to get it to Turner and does. Excellent D there from Markkanen. Utah leading. Outside, Sexton. And the foul on Miles Turner. That is his first foul of the game. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal. Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Back to Turner. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. He's got 18.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
The shot by George, wide open. His three-pointer's off the mark. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Turner. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Clarkson goes in. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's Jordan Clarkson creating havoc in the lane. Nice work.
And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a, quote, win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
A wise pass right there by the rookie George. Solid at finding open teammates.
Here's Siakam. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Mathurin against Clarkson. Filipowski.
Not just a scorer. Clarkson is very willing to dish it when a teammate's open.
Toppin passes to Siakam. Over in the corner, Mathurin. Rebound, Utah. And here's George. Still without a basket. Fires from way outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team.
Hey, it's all about who's more physical.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court right now for the Pacers. Walker out there with Benedict Mathurin. Then there's Toppin, and it's T.J. McConnell, and it's Halliburton in at the 2. Walker in the post, takes it off the glass.
And Walker with the size and strength to straight up move you out of his way.
George looking around. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Potter. Fires for 3. And it's McConnell with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Mathurin passes to Walker. In the corner, it's Toppin. Indiana moving it around. The high post shot. Hendricks pulls it in.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Another miss by Utah.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Over in the corner, Mathurin. Here's Toppin. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Jazz leading by 3. And Will Hardy is called timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Some changes for Indiana. Shepard's checked in for Toppin. Walker comes in for Halliburton, and it's Johnson in for Andrew Nembhard. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, now during that break, Will Hardy with some good words for his team. He said to them, that's the kind of effort we need to bring every night. We're right in this thing, but it's going to take sustained effort to close it out. Now let's bring it home. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Here's Walker, and the layup's good off the glass. Walker's got 4 points this quarter.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Johnson over to help. Pass to Hendricks. Clarkson outside. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Now Shepard. Banked in off the glass.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. The lead is 2. Pass to Hendricks. Clarkson outside. There's the triple. Clarkson missing again. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. The score now all even.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Now George. Clarkson outside. That ball's nice speed that time from George. And the Jazz lead by 3.
I'll tell you, tough first half puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
No one covered.
And wow, Mathurin, the youngster, making his presence known.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent.
Let's hear it, everybody. Who wants a free t-shirt?
Ends up going with the new group. Jazz have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Markkanen from outside. And it's McConnell with the rebound. McConnell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Here's Toppin. And good that time. Toppin's got the lead up to 2 now for the Pacers.
Toppin embraces the challenge unafraid in the big moment.
Kessler finds Collins. Off target from outside. Here's Indiana. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Left side, Mathurin to the middle. A nice shot by Neesmith. Now it's a 4-point Pacer lead.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Collier, defended by Mathurin. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Mathurin passes to Toppin. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And they're just doomed if they keep letting them post up like that.
You've got to deny the position to afford them no opportunity at making that entry pass into the post.
Outside, Sexton. Drills the three-pointer.
Big basket by Sexton. You see why his team will lean on him in these moments.
Here's Bradley. Again, Indiana.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Jazz trail by 5. Outside, Sexton. They get it back. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. And Indiana shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. That one falls. Mathurin's got 5 points in the quarter.
And using that body to his advantage, Mathurin will learn to control his strength as he grows in the league.
A three-pointer is right on target.
The willingness to embrace the pressure, marking and big-time delivery.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Some changes for Indiana. Jarris Walker, he's checked in for Aaron Neesmith. Turner comes in for Bradley. And it's Pascal Siakam in for Benedict Mathurin. Here's Toppin. Shoots over Markkanen. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. It's a race against time as they look to make a run here.
Yeah, the clock is definitely not on their side right now.
Toppin against Kessler, and he commits the intentional foul.
Kessler, that's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Shot's good by Walker.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
And they double up Markkanen. Sexton for 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
I think the value of Pascal Siakam is the skill set on both ends of the floor. He can play multiple positions either end, and he can lift his team in any number of ways.
Fate looking very thin now, Greg, with very few ticks of the clock remaining.
They'll need something special to happen, and it needs to happen fast.
Toppin passes to McConnell over Sexton. And McConnell gets it to go. McConnell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pacers. And Turner with the basket on the assist by Walker. So it's Indiana picking up the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Miles Turner.